We have confirmed from Illinois State Police just minutes ago into our newsroom that the two men that were killed this morning were found shot to death inside of the John D. Shields homes just last Sunday. That's when fire crews were called out for a small fire. Now today, look behind us. I want you guys to see just how deep this water is. We are standing on Branch and 11th. This morning we have learned the person that was shot by that security guard is dead. I want you to take a look at this active scene right behind me here at Will House. You can still see a very large police presence here this morning. Police officers here talking to one another, still collecting evidence. Amin Mitchell and Jerry Ellis are the two former Missouri Central Bus Company mechanics, and they tell me quite simply they fear for their lives ever since all of this happened with the bus company. We know this year that the NAACP here in St. Louis actually launched their own investigation. And as we come on air at noon, we're following breaking news in St. Charles. Right now, a majority of the people living in the city are asked not to drink water before boiling it. That's because of this large water main break right there on your screen. That's on Cole Boulevard. And this morning, a man and a 3-year-old boy are in the hospital after being hit by a car just steps away from the Missouri Botanical Garden. This happened just before 8 last night at the intersection of Shaw and Vandeventer. And hours from now, the St. Louis Detention Facilities Oversight Board is weighing in for more transparency. It comes as the city of St. Louis parted ways with the jail commissioner. And at any sporting competition, the merchandise is almost as exciting as the game itself, at least personally speaking, right? You know, fashionista here. And I'm Diamond Palmer. I just want to start off the record by saying that Rennie is prepared for this heat. I just want everybody to know. Two water bottles. It's really a big event. I used to be a Chicago resident, so I think I might have to get one of those split jerseys.
You might.
At least a steak dinner or something. I mean, where are the standards at? I love Chick-fil-A, don't get me wrong, but have some standards, right?
Dr. Timothy Lewis is the new director of the Black Studies program at Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. He says getting the job comes down to one thing.
It's a continuation of that legacy.
But Dr. Lewis actually started a legacy of his own. He's the university's first Black American to earn tenure in the Department of Political Science. Last month, Lewis was tapped to lead the Black Studies program, one that has history dating back to 1992. Across the country and here locally, lawmakers are proposing bills to limit diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at state-funded institutions. Some of the bills could impact everything from curriculum to hiring, challenges Dr. Lewis recognizes.
It means that I'm going to have to fight and resist those powers.
Dr. Lewis has degrees from Tuskegee University, Troy University, and the University of Missouri St. Louis. He plans to update the courses offered with African American politics, theater and racism, and African American music.
What I'm taking the concerted effort to do is to ensure that it's actually interdisciplinary. So now there are courses across 6 disciplines: political science, history, English, sociology, music, and theater and dance.
Out of 12 colleges and universities in the St. Louis region, half of them offer African American minors. Dr. Lewis says his goal is to one day expand the program to be a major.
There are currently 23 minors declared as Black Studies. And as far as I'm aware, all of them are racialized as Black. While Black Studies centers Blackness, and under my leadership it will continue to center Blackness, I do want it to be a space where students who are not racialized as Black can still learn about the Black experience.
Because Black history is American history. Reporting in Edwardsville, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side. St. Louis County Police wants to show their department in a new lens.
Day one is a very stressful morning for the recruits. We have them line up outside the academy, just facing towards the flag, and they do not know what to expect.
In their brand new docu-series, we watch Recruit Class 209's journey to becoming police officers. Officer Kim Hawes is one of 2 recruiters for the department. She says it's always recruiting around the region and across the country.
Our recruitment process typically takes 2 to 3 months from the time that we meet our applicant to the time that they are given that full offer of employment to go into an academy.
If recruits accept the challenge, the academy takes another 6 months. So far, the department has released 2 episodes called Day 1 and Hell Friday.
I was like 12 and I decided I wanted to be an officer.
Anna Godfrey says her why is because she had a difficult childhood and a police officer helped her through it. Joe Resch says he grew up with law enforcement in his family.
It's kind of always been something that I've been interested in my entire life.
Resch and Godfrey graduated this summer. Resch is now a probationary officer working for the Division of Patrol at the North County Precinct. Godfrey became a probationary parole officer at the Jennings Precinct. She says the docuseries shows the challenges recruits face before the badge.
The long days, the long hours, the crying, the tasing, the pepper spray, the fighting.
Some days there was, physical pain, a lot of mental pain.
Digital and social media coordinator Vera Clay believes the docuseries will be a positive impact.
Recruitment, community engagement, and an opportunity to show the community who your officers are, what their interests are, and how they're willing to serve.
Resch and Godfrey say they're more than ready to serve.
This is still a good profession. It's still a rewarding career.
I want to inspire everybody to do what they want to do, and no matter your size, your gender, it doesn't matter. Just make that difference.
Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
What an amazing way to immerse myself in the community, to bring students here and get creative ideas.
This month, Olive Oak and Perennial on Lockwood are teaming up with the Webster Grove School District to feature student-created desserts until January 5th. Kelsey Wright, a pastry chef for the restaurant, along with other staff, had the students test their recipes and make final tweaks before they're served to guests. Out of dozens of submissions, 2 recipes were selected to be featured at the restaurants. I'll let Katie Dirks and Ava Marsh tell you what they've created.
Salted tahini chocolate chip skillet with date caramel and vanilla ice cream.
And it was awesome. We got to get kind of like a tour of the kitchen, just see how everything worked behind the scenes.
The best friends say this experience is a step forward for their future goals.
We're starting a business together. We have the food Instagram. This was just another really good step in the right direction. And
it's honestly just like a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Jason Adams, the assistant superintendent for learning, says a portion of the proceeds from these desserts goes back to the district's foundation.
In turn, provides teacher grants, innovation grants for our district that goes right back to the support of our students.
The second featured dessert comes from 7th grader Ben Powers. His caramel chocolate banana cookie crumble cake will be served at Perennial on Lockwood.
It was so good, and the ice cream was such a good addition in my opinion. It was one of my favorite days of the whole year.
Powers says he was nervous at first, but the experience was unforgettable. Wright and Adams agree that collaborations like this strengthen the community.
I think it's just such a nice way to support the students themselves in this program, but also just as a whole.
It allows students to really follow their passions, to connect with mentors in the community, and this is just another great opportunity for our students to do that.